Psalm 119, Day 5. Blessed are those. We'll be reading verses 1 through 8. Blessed are those whose way is blameless, who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are those who keep his testimonies, who seek him with their whole heart, who also do no wrong, but walk in his ways. You have commanded your precepts to be kept diligently. Oh, that my ways may be steadfast in keeping your statutes, that I shall not be put to shame, having my eyes fixed on all your commandments. I will praise you with an upright heart when I learn your righteous rules. I will keep your statutes. Do not utterly forsake me. Our thoughts today center around the first three verses. Blessed are those whose way is blameless, who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are those who keep his testimonies, who seek him with their whole heart, who also do no wrong, but walk in his ways. I don't know about you, but I suspect that you and I are a lot alike in many respects. One of those things we share is, and it's not a stretch to say, we both like to be happy. If I'm incorrect, then, well, I apologize. Nonetheless, if you enjoy not being happy, you are in the minority. Once again, that's an opinion I have based on a limited time of observation. Now, what makes us happy is another thing. Remembering that not everyone likes chocolate cake. I don't know how that is true, but it is true. Our main focus today is the opening word, not the Hebrew letter Aleph, but the word blessed. You may pronounce it as one syllable, blessed, or with two syllables, blessed. Regardless of how you pronounce it, the meaning is the same. Not only verse 1, but also verse 2 begins with the word blessed. 3 times this word is used in this psalm. The third instance in verse 12, which indicates a praise unto the Lord, for it is a different Hebrew word. But the first 2 verses aren't praising people, but rather tells us of a favor bestowed upon those who walk in the law, whose ways are blameless, and who keep his testimonies, and who seek him with their whole heart. The corresponding word in Greek for blessed is the New Testament word makarios, and is translated in some versions as happy. Its meaning also encompasses fortunate or well off. In Jesus' Sermon on the Mount in Matthew chapter 5, 6, and 7, he begins that which we call the Beatitudes in chapter 5 as blessed are, or happy are those. In each instance of those Beatitudes, we find a favored or fortunate state that the person is who possesses these attributes. While it may on the surface not be readily apparent why someone is happy to be poor or to mourn, however, in the context we begin to see the spiritual applications of such things as it develops. So it is in our verses in Psalm 119. For the one who is corrupt, lawless, who does not keep the testimonies or gives a half-hearted effort, there is not the spiritual fulfillment. The author will show what true happiness is as we follow in the subsequent verses through the rest of the psalm. He tells us by the inspiration of the Holy Spirit that to walk in the law of the Lord is to be blameless. But what does it mean to be blameless? Well, consider what is said about Job. We read in Job chapter 1, verse 1, "There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was blameless and upright, one who feared God and turned away from evil." We are told that Noah was blameless and that he walked with God in Genesis chapter 6 and verse 9. In the New Testament, Zechariah and Elizabeth, the parents of John the Baptist, were both righteous and walked blamelessly before the Lord in all the commandments and statutes of the Lord. Luke chapter 1 and verse 6. Paul declared that he was blameless as to the righteousness under the law. Whatever else these people were, and we know that they were not perfect and sinless, they did what the psalmist tells us, the 4 marks by which one would find favor and happiness. That is, to walk in the way of the Lord, to keep his testimonies, seek him with the whole heart, and to attempt to do no wrong. As you read through this psalm, notice the attitude the author has towards all things of the Lord, the law, the word, the statutes, the way, the righteous rules, the commandments, and so forth. Try to put yourself in place of the author and experience what he feels. And Lord willing, we'll see you again tomorrow.